All right, man. Here it is. It's the review. It's Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, first of all, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe before we even get into this. Hit that subscribe button, do the notifications. We do long form here. We got myself and Katie Sackhoff on recently talking Mandalorian. CM Punk was on, Matt Serra, all that stuff. We do reviews, reactions, all of it. But you're here today for the review of No Way Home. I went into this movie skeptical, not because I wasn't excited to see it. I was, but anytime when you see all the trailers and you see how many villains and how many people they're trying to put into this thing, you're like, that's not worked out for a lot of movies in the past. So was it going to work this time over? The answer is yes, it works. And the thing I was worried about was, is it going to be clever enough? Will it make sense of why they're all here inside of the multiverse? Yes, it does. And again, don't worry, non-spoiler. This is a non-spoiler. We're going to do a spoiler review. That'll come out on Saturday. But this is just, how is this as a third film from the stuff that we've heard and the stuff that we've seen inside of the trailers that's not a spoiler? We know that Peter is with, the Mysterio thing that happens in Far From Home. His identity is revealed. So now he's got to deal with the world, with everyone knowing who he is, and a lot of people thinking that he is responsible for Mysterio's death. So he's got to figure it out. So he goes to Doctor Strange. We see this. We know this. He asks for the spell, and then all hell breaks loose. So as we know, again, in the trailer, Alfred Molina comes in, and they have these the villains that come in are people that have tangled with Spider-Man in the past. But as we saw in the trailer with Alfred Molina, he's like, you're not Peter. So now Tom Holland and Zendaya and Ned, they all got to, Mary Jane and Ned, they got to figure out how to make it all work. So the humor in this, okay, there's a couple things in the beginning that I'll say that Electro, we know it, saw him in the thing. Jamie Foxx has some really funny lines. The character is significantly different than the Electro we've seen beforehand. At first, I thought, okay, is this going to just be Jamie Foxx? But he really levels into it, and then Electro becomes pretty great. Same thing with Doc Ock. What I'll say is, everyone that we have seen in the past that we've liked or maybe not liked, they have more to do, and you understand a little bit more about them inside of the characters. And that's what I really liked about it. As far as emotional goes, the movie's very emotional. There's been promises of how, is it emotional? Does it pay off? It does pay off. Some of the humor for me, look, if you guys have seen my reviews in the past, I'm pretty tough on humor in general. It's got to hit on the right spot. Most of the times, I'd say 90% of the times that they attempt humor in this movie, it lands. There's just a few, there's like 10% of it that sometimes I was like, I don't know. It looks like they were just kind of reaching for the joke, or maybe not necessary in that particular moment. But it's got a good vibe. It has a good rhythm for sure. It connects very well to the things we've seen. And the stay for the post-credit scenes, again, no spoilers. There's two of them that are very relevant to the overall MCU, and that's the connection of everything that we've seen from Tom Holland's Spider-Man, this version of Peter Parker, how all of the things that he's done from Endgame, Civil War, the other two movies, how it all ties up, how it all lands for him, and the things he's just trying to do. As we have seen in the culmination of this series with Tom Holland, this is just a kid. This is just a kid. He's trying to get into college with his friends. He's trying to make it work. And what does he do? He feels like he's the one. He's the screw-up. He's the reason why that they're in the position that he is. So that's why he goes to make that decision. And then it seems like every decision that he's trying to make as a kid, he's making the wrong choices. So he's got to try to make that work. And I think that works very well. It's a beautiful film also. I think John Watts did a great job shooting this movie. The combination of how Doctor Strange ties into this, because we know the multiverse movie is coming out with Doctor Strange also. So it's that Marvel machine of what they're able to do, that each one of these episodes in every phase that they do is an episode in television. And that's what this is. The performances and the standouts for sure are Tom Holland and Zendaya again, man. Zendaya, she is so good. She is so good. And it's funny because she has won me over. I always liked her as an actress, but the first movie, as I've talked about, that we do the rewatches here on the Spider-Man series, I felt she was like a little cold wasn't really opening up. It doesn't seem like the Mary Jane we knew in the past, but then you see why, and you get all the reasons why that happened, and then you just fall in love with her in the second movie. You fall in love with her even more in this one. She's just she is electric in general. She's just such a likable actress and character. The combination of the three of them I thought was going to get annoying from the the Scooby-Doo thing. It doesn't. It's charming and it works. So there's only so much I can say about the movie, obviously, that because I want you guys to be able to see it, enjoy it as it is. But was it disappointing? No, it wasn't. I mean, when you have this much hype behind it, when there's so much emphasis on this movie in general, people are gonna say, okay, if it's not really good and really fun, and it doesn't deliver, then it's going to be disappointing. Well, it's really fun and it delivers, because it's a longer movie, but it goes, it moves, it doesn't drag, and that's the other thing. So, minus a few jokes and a couple things I probably could have cut down. I think the movie could have been maybe it could have been 230 instead of whatever it is, 240 or 225, whatever. Is it enough for me to go, oh man, this, I wish they would have cut this. Didn't bother me at all. I can't wait to do the spoiler review. I can't wait to we're going to do a full spoiler discussion on the big thing on Monday. But this one works, guys. This one works a lot. It's people are going to ask, out of the three of them, which one do you like the best? People, Tom Holland had said at one point, or somebody had said, that this is the end game of the Spider-Man movies. I get it. I absolutely understand why there's that comparison. Do I think it's the complete end of everything? Who knows? I know that they said Tom Holland signed on for more Spider-Man movies, so certainly possible. But there's something about this movie that just seems like a nice conclusion to everything that we've seen so far, and it hits, and it works for me. So out of 5 schmoes, I'm going to go 4.5 out of 5 schmoes. It's that good for me. Really liked it a lot, and I'll shave a little bit off, about maybe a little lengthy, not too much, and some humor I could have done without. Other than that, dig it. Want to see it again. I do. I definitely want to see it again. And so that's it. Come back for the spoiler review. The spoiler review will be up on Saturday. So I really kind of kick into it, and then a full-on spoiler discussion on the big thing, which will be like an hour-long conversation with myself, Corey Jandrew, and Winston Marshall, who I saw it with. But man, it's emotional too. It's definitely an emotional movie. I teared up a couple times. But all right. That's it, everybody. That's the review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead and subscribe. Once again, if you didn't get a chance to subscribe, let me know what you thought. Get some comments in there. And all right, we'll check you later. Peace.